Okay, so if you know me a little bit or you follow me on my other platforms, you know that I love fashion, and that's one of my favorite like content pillars to talk and post about, but I have not done it yet on YouTube. So I'm so excited because it's gonna live here in a longer form, which will be so refreshing to just get to yap about fashion. Like, I just love it so much. I love talking about trends. I really love all things vintage. Like, I'm a huge 90s girl, so I love talking about that, getting into that. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. I want to start by saying that fashion has always been one of my favorite forms of expression. I've always been drawn to secondhand and vintage because I just love the idea of circular fashion. Pieces that were once loved by somebody else getting passed on, getting reinterpreted, and loved again. I think dress is not solely about trends or aesthetic, although those do play a role. For me, it's also about connection. It's about how I feel that day. It's about how I want to present myself. And it's really about who I'm becoming. And I feel like 2026 is the year that I'm becoming somebody who wears more color. I've noticed that I tend to wear a lot of black, and I love black. It has a very mysterious, sexy vibe, but from a psychological standpoint, I also wonder if I like black because it helps me almost blend in. And because one of the biggest fears that I'm reframing right now is fearing how other people perceive me and like letting go of the need to control other people's perception of me, I'm wondering if my gravitation towards black also is kind of like intertwined with that. But I've been looking back at photos from my most recent vacation, and I was so excited to get dressed every day, and all I wore was color. Like, I really barely wore black. And I think it's easy on vacation, it's easy in the summer to wear color because I think that's just the energy. And maybe it's a Toronto thing, it's like a city thing. When it's cold and it's gloomy, you just kind of want to gravitate towards those darker, gloomier colors. I think in order for me to level up in my like fashion era, it's to start to wear more color. And I don't know how much I'm gonna do like really bold color blocking, but I have some amazing references of what I mean by incorporating color, because I think I want to do it in a way where it still feels somewhat neutral, but I have these pops of color that are really exciting for me to wear. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna be wearing more colorful tops. I think I'm gonna be leaning a lot more towards colorful accessories, shoes, bags, and overall just pieces that feel a little bit more playful and expressive. So we're not gonna just start forcing color everywhere. I'm not gonna avoid color anymore. I'm just gonna start to invite it in. Okay, so welcome to my room. Welcome to my closet. I'm sure you've seen this background before, but there's been minimal context. I always knew I wanted an exposed wardrobe. Okay, I'll pull up some of my references, and then this is what we created. I will do a room tour another day, but as you can see, this is the more colorful side of my wardrobe. And then we have a lot of black. So we are trying to get rid of some of that and replace it with more of this. I want to show you some of my newest pieces that I've recently purchased. I am going little by little, okay? We're not doing a huge freaking haul of new stuff, okay? We're just gonna get a couple pieces here and there. So I started off with 3 tops that I ended up getting from Zara for sale. Like, these 3 tops cost me $50. Great deal. Okay, so the first top is this gorgeous purple knit. When I ordered this, I thought it was going to be chocolate brown, but it's actually purple, which I'm obsessed with. I love this because it's still kind of neutral because it has like a deeper tone to it, but then it has enough color where I feel like color blocking this with even like a green pant could be so fun. Next, I have this green bodysuit. Sad thing was there was no medium, so I bought a small. I'm not gonna lie, it's really snug, but we are on our movement journey, so I feel like this is going to be fitting me very nicely in a few weeks, maybe a month or so. I absolutely love this green. If you know me, you know I already really love to wear green. It's one of my favorite colors. I love a chartreuse. I love a matcha green, an olive green, any green really. So I'm very excited about this. My favorite color combo right now is brown and pink. Don't ask me necessarily why. I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. But this t-shirt, it has like that neutral kind of beige, and then dark brown, and then a baby pink and cream. I'm very excited for this. I feel like this will do a lot more for me than just like a... Okay, so what better way for me to show you what I'm talking about than to style it? So let's get into the styling. So here's the first look. I'm styling this brown and pink taupe with like the beige top. This is what it looks like. The pink is so subtle, but it's there. And then I paired it with this like tan trench. I could also do a brown, like a chocolate brown leather trench. And then I have this little belt. This is a chocolate brown. It's like a suede leather. And then I'm literally wearing these gray Uniqlo sweatpants. I love these because I feel like they're so versatile. And then you can't see, but I'm wearing these chocolate brown pointed toe boots. And again, we have a lot of colors here, but there's also a really good balance of neutrals. And I feel like that's what I'm going for. This could gravitate more to something I used to wear, which would have been honestly this exact thing, but all black. And it honestly would still look really good, but I want to lean a little bit more into this. Okay. Here's the second look. It doesn't really look butter yellow on the screen, but I'm wearing this kind of like butter yellow Henley top. I have just like a white take underneath. And then I was like, okay, I don't have anything butter yellow like pant wise. All my white pants are still in storage for summer, but I had these like baby blue Levi's. I just want to start off by saying this is very outside of my comfort zone. Okay, usually would not wear this much color. And then I was like, okay, where else can we pull in color? And I thought of the jacket. And again, I wish I had like an oversized like butter yellow, creamy, cool tone brown jacket, but I don't. So I threw on this burgundy leather trench, which I actually love this because I feel like it gives it some texture. And I'm throwing in my cowhide bag. This is a bit more neutral, but I think still the hide ties in the top. Is this making sense? This is my logic. And then again, you can't see my boots, but I'm wearing just like a neutral tan leather boot. I also think a burgundy boot to like match the coat would be really freaking cute. I don't have that. I have a red boot, but it's very bright red. So I just kept it neutral on my feet. Okay, I just want to end this video off by saying if you are feeling a desire to rebrand, a desire to change how you physically look, I honestly suggest start with what you have. Like, don't go and overhaul and buy a whole new wardrobe from scratch. I mean, if you have the means and you want to, absolutely. I feel like there's also so many benefits in that approach as well. It's kind of just like getting rid of everything and bringing in the new. But also I think give yourself grace and take time. Look at the wardrobe that you have now, look at the pieces, look at the clothing, and see if there's new combinations you can put together, because I'm very surprised that I was able to put both of those outfits together. The only new thing that I had recently bought was the brown and pink t-shirt. Everything else I already had here, and I am a little bit biased in the sense that I have a ton of clothes. So really, this is for me and for the girlies like me. If you already have a ton of clothes, do not go and buy more and more and more. I think it just gets very overwhelming, and I think that you absolutely have enough to work with at home. The only other piece of advice that we didn't touch on today, and why I will say I also felt like I was able to be a little bit more playful with what I do have, is my overall approach to how I consume fashion has been very accessory oriented. And for me, accessories are not limited to jewelry, belts, bags. The accessories for me are also shoes and jackets. And I think when you have a variety that you really love of shoes, jackets, and then your belts and your bags, you can actually mix match almost anything and still make it feel unique or different. If you're interested in hearing me talk more about that aspect of styling and that aspect of curation in your wardrobe, I'm so happy to make another video. I don't want to make this too long, but I'm so excited to come back in a couple of weeks and show you some other color styling that I'm very excited to try.